quit playing yourself.
Hey, yo, quit playing.
Hey.
Quit playing yourself.
RadioUTD.
Opinions expressed on Radio UTD are those of the individual expressing them and are not necessarily those of the University Administration, the Board of Regents of the University of Texas System, or of the operating board of the radio station.
And welcome back to the Mercury Morning News. My name is Averion, and here, the Distribution Outreach Manager for the Mercury newspaper and AMP magazines. Today I'm joined with...
I am Dolphin. I am the Assistant Marketing Director at AMP magazine.
And guest joining us today is...
Sasha Wuu. I am the Marketing Director for AMP.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for joining us, and welcome back to the latest episode. Sorry we've been gone from last week. The power went out at the studio, and we couldn't actually record our session. But that's okay. We're here now to tell you about all the latest stuff happening across campus. We'll talk about some of the big stuff first, and eventually we'll talk more about this club. For those who don't know, it's Texas local journalism, basically community event happening across the state. So we'll talk about that later. But first off, a quick announcement from the UTD Police Department, who would like to encourage that electric scooters and bicycle owners follow the following recommendations in securing your property to prevent theft. If you own an electric scooter, when possible, keep that scooter with you, but do not ride it inside campus buildings. And if possible, make sure to lock the bicycle or scooter at approved racks using metal, U-shaped style locks, sometimes referred to as D-locks. These cable locks can be cut very quickly with bolt cutters. A normal cable lock can be cut very quickly with bolt cutters. If you're inside of this apartment, this residence, make sure to secure your bicycle when possible, and always have the serial number and model information available if you need to file a police report. That's concluding basically everything you need to the police department. This is just because there's been a series of increased theft across UTD campus for bicycles and scooters, which has to be all kept in mind. Without further ado, let's talk about the actual big breaking news. So, have you guys heard about the unfortunate reality of many of our DEI-related positions being fired?
Yes, we got the email. What day was it? It was like Wednesday, maybe. All I know is that people were and still are pretty pissed off about that, myself included.
Yeah.
I guess the first thought I had when I saw that, because I figured it was gonna happen. Like when the announcement first came, I was like, oh boy, like a ton of people are gonna get fired, and then they did. But I'm just thinking about how one of the I guess offices or centers that are kind of in danger of maybe possibly just completely going away is like the gender center.
Yeah.
And I know like that space on campus has been like I think it's pretty cool. I just went there for the first time like maybe I don't know like a month ago-ish. It's a great place. Everyone there's so nice, and like the thought that it might be going away not even that long after it I think like opened, or at least after like the comic closet opened. Yeah, like that's in my opinion an invaluable resource, and I'm really kind of legitimately upset that like there's a good chance that's probably going away.
I remember when the watchdogs were overseeing our university to make sure, see if we were DEI compliant with SB 17, which is the Senate bill that basically shut down all DEI programs January 1st. And it's really a shame too, because that's many employees who have lost their jobs.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of people, and they were pretty big people on campus too. They were part of the newly formed Office of Campus Resources and Support Works, which was supposed to be supportive of SB 17 and basically transition people from DEI to new positions on campus. And now that that's just completely going to go away, as they still have some time, but it's going to go away by April 30th. It will be no more. Yeah, it's upsetting that we're going to lose such a staple of music community and actual support.
Yeah.
It's just depressing too.
Well, there's irony there. I think you and I were talking about this, Sasha, but like UTD was, at least past tense, known for being like one of the most like diverse and inclusive and like really fairly progressive universities. It's one of the reasons I there was no other university in Texas that I was really gravitating towards except for this one. And like, what was it? Like, I don't know if it was an award or if we got on like a list. I think we got on a list of like the top, not even distant, like international, or not internationally, nationally. Like one of the best.
Yeah, I want to say like top
schools.
10.
It was at least top 10 best schools for like if for like LGBTQ students.
We were one of the only Texas schools to make that ranking, yeah.
I think there was maybe one other, but I think we were placed higher than they were. I don't remember which school it was.
Sorry.
But sorry, whichever school you are, if you are listening, John School.
Maybe this is your opportunity.
Yeah, slandering live on air. But no, like it's just so ironic and so disappointing that like so soon after, like, you know, we're known for, you know, that kind of thing, for being safe, for being inclusive, being diverse. It's like we're being punished for it, but it kind of feels like the school is taking it lying down, which, you know, I do technically work for the school, but like not in a position that matters. So like, you know, I'm one to talk, but at the same time, you know, I feel like maybe, perhaps, we could have pushed back a little harder.
We were the second school to shut down all related DEI projects, including work. Not to say that they were related to DEI, you know what I mean. We were the second school to actually take initiative on it. The first one was UT Austin. We followed suit. And it sucks too, because this came just after we then put out a statement that no one will lose their job.
Yeah, the
so
irony.
like that didn't last long. That lasted a few months.
I love just saying things and then not giving any indication that they will happen, or that I can keep my promises. Yeah. Well, because like, what was it? Like, I know people figured that they were just gonna keep the positions but rename them.
Yeah.
And I think in like the Mercury article that's actually up about it, that was like a prime concern of like people who passed the Senate bill. They were like, we don't want people to just keep the positions but rename with them. We want them gone. And it's like, Jesus, all right, fine.
Yeah, I know people who are students who work in these programs right now. They'll basically have till the end of the semester, unlike the 30-day until like staff have until April 30th to find a new job. Unfortunately, but student workers who are in this kind of area will have until the end of the semester. After that, it'll be fully gone. So we'll probably have some of the resources still around, but like through other departments, not necessarily.
Yeah.
And people in works positions just will be gone within the end of the month.
Yeah, it just sucks because like even if those services get transferred, we're probably still gonna lose like once again thinking of like the gender center. I feel like it sucks because it's like stepping on eggshells. Like I feel like there's certain things that like, you know, shall not be named. It's like, oh, we have this service, but we can't say it's for trans people. Oh, we have this service, but we can't say it's for like, I don't know, black people or like whatever. It's like we're being hush-hush about it for no reason, and it's so
Watchdogs
stupid.
might be here, yeah.
Literally, it's so dumb. It's like, why? I don't know. Why can't we say that?
It is truly a time in Texas for LGBTs. And, you know, at least they're trying to like, at least to some modium, it's not like they're just kicking people off immediately. It's still awful that we have to kind of do this.
Yeah.
But, you know, even if we keep it hush-hush, I'm sure we'll find other services. And there's still student services provided by other students, student organizations.
That's true.
We can try and help provide these similar services.
Our student orgs aren't beholden to SB17.
No, only university departments.
Gotcha.
So I would encourage for those organizations who are involved in diversity programs, student organizations, that consider you guys might have to take some share of responsibility, because it's maybe the only way we can help our fellow peers.
Yeah, no, I think people will. It seems like people are willing to step up to the plate, which is really encouraging. But you know, it sucks that they have to. I guess is my point.
So, not to belabor a point, but we did talk about student development, and we talked about the student government. And this isn't the only thing that's being worked on right now. Student government is trying to find ways around the DEI firing, but they're also trying to find a more sustainable development for our university. They're a green project that's being known as a green referendum. This referendum, which students will be able to vote on from April 24th to 26th, talk about an additional $5 fee to our tuition during the fall and spring semesters, which will be contributing to a $100,000 semester project called the Green Fund. Basically, the idea is that it will provide more space for pollinator gardens, rainwater collection systems, and more support for the Eco Hub and other green initiative committee projects across our campus. We've been one of the best green campuses since 2009, but this will help further cement that and help grow UTD from being its crusty white and brick wall university to something a little bit different.
Yeah.
And did I hear you right? That's $5 extra on our tuition?
Yeah, just $5 extra on our tuition. And at the end of the day, our green, I don't believe we have an actual green referendum so far. I know other universities have a green fee, like UT Austin has one that has like over 200 projects from it, and they spend almost $5 million into their green fund.
Wow.
We'll only be spending $100,000 basically into it per semester. So we have a little less to work with. So, if you want to pay the extra $5, that's something you can vote on April 24th, 26th. But what do you guys think about a green fund on campus?
I mean, yeah, I think that it's great that I'm once again kind of surprised we didn't already have one. Because we're so like very, what's the word? Like part of UTD's marketing is very much like, hey, we're a sustainable campus. Hey, we invest in like, environmental concerns and things like that.
There are trees everywhere.
Yeah, it is a little ironic, I think, though, because like our campus is currently half torn up due to construction, so it's a little ironic that it's like, yeah, we're putting this like $5 environmental, I guess, tax, for lack of a better word, onto tuition, but also we have less green space because it's all dirt now.
Yeah, that's true.
Temporarily.
We are losing a pretty big portion of the campus, the new SU, but like those blueprints look like they'll have plenty going for it in terms of green.
True.
Oh yeah. But yeah. Do you have any ideas or opinions on green referendum?
I'm actually just hearing of this. This is my first time hearing about it. And yeah, it's I'm really surprised at how low of a cost it sounds like it's gonna take on our tuition in order to kind of make the campus a little bit of a better place.
Yeah, the referendum at this point in time will only last about 5 years maximum.
Oh, okay.
So only for the next 5 years will people be paying the additional $5 fee. They could renew this plan if they wanted to once the 5 years are up. But for right now, this is kind of just the testing phase.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it'll be real fun for seniors to vote. Yeah, let's go referendum and just pass it on to the next people.
No, literally, like there's so much stuff happening right now because you're part of the graduating class, right?
Part of what?
The graduating class.
Yeah, I am part of the graduating.
So it's like you're leaving right before stuff starts to get interesting.
I know, I'm leaving before the cool stuff happens.
I'll just have to flunk and come back.
Oh no, I'm not. I love UTD, but no thank you.
Not that much.
I love how much space I'll have between myself and UTD.
No, I bet.
But yeah, that's basically the big stuff for our lovely referendum. Student government's working on a bunch of other stuff. If you haven't seen it or heard anything about it, go look on the UTD website, the Mercury website for more details, and maybe see who your new SG candidates are. Members are who were voted in last week.
Yes.
Board.
Yep.
You can see who the new lovely people are in charge. I don't know any of them.
I don't know any of them either, but you can if you go to themercury.com. You can know more than we do, even though we work in student government, or not government. What is it? Where do we work?
We are student government.
Student media, not student government. We're not a student. We're a student media.
We are impersonating student government.
I forgot my job.
Ooga booga.
We're the new members of student government.
We are the only members of student government.
Yeah.
They do not exist.
The totalitarian government.
The council.
Yeah, the council.
The council of student government. Okay. All right. So we're gonna head into our 5-minute report, which I'm gonna read live, talking about all the latest stuff from the actual newspaper, and then we'll get back to the podcast.
Yippee.
And I'll see y'all in 1 second. It's April 14th, 2024 at the University of Texas at Dallas. Good morning and welcome back to the Mercury Morning News. I'm your reporting host, Andre Averion. By April 30th, UTD is expected to terminate the Office of Campus Resources and Support and the remaining 20 employee positions associated with it. President Richard Benson announced the elimination in an email to the student body April 9th, making UTD the second school in the entire UT system to shut down offices created to fill in the gap left in by SB 17, which banned DEI offices at Texas universities effectively January 1st. Benson said that in the email that employees affected by the elimination of the position have been notified, and student workers of ORCs will retain their job until the end of the semester. Coming April 24th, 26, students will be able to vote on a fee referendum to support sustainable development and green projects on campus. The referendum proposes an additional $5 to tuition during the fall and spring semester, with an additional $2.5 fee during the summer semester, both of which will last a maximum of 5 years. If passed, the Green Initiative Committee of Student Government could provide funding for new pollinator gardens and rainwater collection systems in support of the Eco Hub. On April 6, Comets hosted an on-field ceremony celebrating assistant softball coach Abby Sterling, who passed away last November at her home at the age of 27. UTD has also announced the creation of a softball scholarship fund dedicated to Abby Sterling, which head coach Kelly Archer said will serve as a reminder of Sterling's impact on the program forever. Sterling was remembered for her dedication and inspiration to her student athletes, and is cemented as a lasting impression on the program and for her community support. Comets on campus found themselves in the direct path of the total solar eclipse on April 8th, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to see this kind of eclipse in Dallas. The previous eclipse was viewed in 1875, and the next one won't be visible until 2345. This sighting brought thousands of spectators and experts to DFW for the phenomenon, and during the morning of the celestial phenomenon, the Eclipse Planning Committee, led by UT Department Head of Science and Mathematics Education, Mary Urquhart, and UTD Research Scientist of Space Science, Mark Haston, held the No Comets Left Inside program across campus. With the help of the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration and the UTD Office of Research and Innovation, this program provided free merchandise, viewing glasses, telescope viewings, local music, and a discussion panel with the division chief of the NASA Ares program for the total solar eclipse. This has been the latest news from the Mercury newspaper. Now back to our live program at Radio UTD every Sunday at 10 a.m., the Mercury Morning News. All right, so we have back from that. My voice is dying slowly, but
it's okay. We'll just talk in your place. You'll just have to beam your thoughts into our heads, and we'll say them for you.
In my mind.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I will say, speaking of the eclipse, I am very upset I didn't get a T-shirt.
Really? You didn't?
I didn't. I showed up either too late, or I didn't know where they were handing them out until after the eclipse, and they were long gone by then.
Where did you? What time did you show up?
Actually, wait. What time did I show up? I showed up at 11 because that's when my office hours are.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So I got my shirts around 10:30, and I was gonna get one for my girlfriend. She was at work, so I'm like, can I get a second shirt? And they're like, yeah, come back at 12. At 12, they were shut down, torn down. I'm like, what in the world?
They bamboozled you.
I know. They bamboozled me.
They were too nice to say no, so they just gave you false hope instead.
I know. I should just gone to a different stand. But
It makes you feel any better. I didn't even know that they existed until after the eclipse.
Yeah. Well, because so many people were wearing them, but I figured because so many people were wearing them that they were out. But I'm glad that they were they had them. That was really cool. UTD is the school to go all out for an event like a solar eclipse.
Oh yeah, and that was designed by a student too, so I'm sure he's happy about that. It's spreading around. But if you got to campus the morning of, it was crowded.
Yes.
It was ridiculous. That was probably the busiest I've ever seen campus.
I've never seen so many people in the plinth before.
Yes, we had people from Colorado, Nevada, Utah, Nevada. And then we had a professor who came by as an expert. He was from Michigan. It's just people from all over over the nation, coming to UT Dallas to talk about and see the big actual solar eclipse. It was just amazing, honestly. I can't believe we got Dr. Ellen Stansberry, who is the NASA division chief of the Ares program. They basically explore. They're responsible for space exploration in NASA. So it's really cool when she came to campus and talked to us at the fireside chat.
Yeah, I saw an announcement for that. I wasn't able to make it to it, but I'm sure it was very, very cool and informative.
Oh yeah, it was definitely. I don't know. That's like a once in a lifetime talk for me. I can find another eclipse later in life.
Yeah, no, the energy was insane. I was in the science pavilion when totality hit, and like everyone was like screaming and like cheering. It was awesome. It got really dark too. Like, where were you guys when it hit totality?
I was just over, I think behind like Blitzel, over in like a little grassy patch.
Okay.
Which it was funny kind of seeing UTD students touching grass, right?
Oh my god, I made the same joke. I have a picture of like, sorry, I have a picture, but go ahead.
Yeah, no, but yeah, I mean, I absolutely recommend, seeing the once in a lifetime cosmic event, right? I also just think generally it's really amazing how our moon is just the right distance from Earth to actually completely blot out the sun, because there's other planets like Mars, for example. You can find pictures online where it the distance doesn't match up, and it's nowhere. It doesn't seem anywhere near.
It's not cool. It's not swag enough. They gotta step it up. Get bigger moons. Get bigger moons, idiot.
Yeah, it was. I was at the roundabout on the grass patch. There were a bunch of other people there. Police were not happy with everyone jaywalking across the street. But just in the lane there, watch everything happen. I was lucky enough to. I walked over to talk with a lovely. Oh my goodness, I'm spacing on the name. She was so cool. My brain is exploding. Pamela Gosson.
Yeah.
She's a literature professor at UTD, and she brought her own telescope. And I could see from her telescope the solar corona, which is like the outside of like the sun, which the moon doesn't block out. That's the only part you see like the ring. I could see the solar corona cresting like the mountains on the moon through her telescope, and that was just like. I'll never get that again.
Wait, so it showed like the silhouettes of like mountains on the moon through her telescope?
See the silhouettes. So you can see the shape of the mountain, and then the light kind of going through and around. So you don't see like the mountain itself, but you get to see like the silhouette and how like where they are.
Sort of like just the surface, or the topical surface of the moon.
Basically.
That's so cool. I keep forgetting the moon has mountains and it's not just craters. Like, I should know this because I took astronomy last semester, but no, that's really cool. I saw like also a lot of telescopes had what was it? The flares coming off of the corona.
Yeah.
That was really cool. All of it was really cool. I can't get over how dark it got. Like, I knew it was gonna get dark, but it got like really dark.
Yeah.
Like the birds went quiet. No wonder people used to think this was like an apocalyptic event.
Yeah, no, when the whole Merc office came back to the office, we were like, people were talking like, I understand why medieval peasants were like panicking.
Yeah, or like entire societies like built mythos around this thing. Like it really does kind of feel like the world like is ending for 3 minutes and then you're fine.
Yeah.
But in that time, it's very cool.
Absolutely. The eclipse went on for 3 minutes and 52 seconds, and the shadow it casted was about 167 miles wide, traveling about 1,600 miles per hour. That's insane.
I don't know why the image of like just a giant circle traveling at like 1,000 miles an hour is really funny to me for some reason.
On the highway.
The circle.
I hope there are astronauts that can like verify that that's exactly what it looks like.
Yeah, it shows up on speedometers too. You're like holding up a speedometer and the circle comes by. You're like, oh, there it is.
They had a live viewing from the Galaxy rooms and from the E-Tech lecture hall from the NASA's perspective of it. So you could see from the International Space Station the actual travel of the moon. It's just a dot going across the Earth.
I'm I'm sure it doesn't even look that big from like up there, but from our perspective, it's like huge.
Yeah. The whole, obviously, you guys might have heard it, like all the wildlife went silent.
Yeah.
If you heard that between comets fucking screaming, sorry, between comets.
We didn't say
screaming.
that.
And then the temperature, I did some measurements, and the temperature dropped by 2 degrees.
Yeah.
During the eclipse. And if you saw it between the clouds, you could see the planet Venus, the right-hand side.
That's what that was. I thought that was Polaris. That was Venus?
That was Venus, yeah.
Whoa. Okay, that was a planet. I thought that was a star, and I was wondering why none of the other stars were out.
You could see other stars as well, just not from where we were. Apparently, you could see Mars and Jupiter.
Everyone's here. It's like Smash Brothers. Everybody's here. They all came out for the eclipse.
Yeah. So that's some fun stuff.
I will say it was pretty funny that near when it was getting really close to totality, the clouds kept covering the sun, so everyone kept getting like faked out.
Yeah, it was almost like really dramatic in that sense.
Yeah.
Like the moon was like,
she was like, oh,
like will she, won't she?
I think we only saw like maybe 30 seconds of the actual totality because of the clouds.
The clouds came immediately after, yeah.
So
you know what? It felt like an eternity in a good way. It felt like much longer than it actually was.
Yeah, that was amazing. The UT Dallas said that because everyone came in for what, okay, PBS is calling this the Great American Eclipse. As if, you know, but UT is expecting that Dallas will bring in maybe like $400 million just to the DFW area from the eclipse.
Oh, from people traveling?
Yeah, people traveling.
Wow.
Expenses. So a lot of money is coming into our area.
Eclipses were so profitable. Not to be capitalist, but
we live in a society.
We do indeed live in a society. We live in the shadow of the moon, but only for 3 minutes.
Yeah. Did you guys get the moon pies they were passing around?
No, what? I missed all the cool stuff.
They passed around moon pies. I made a dumb joke on my Instagram of like, oh god, it's an eclipse.
Damn, I didn't get one. Sad.
Yeah, I feel like most people were at the science pavilion because every time I asked someone, they're like, "Oh yeah, I was there."
That was kind of because that's where like all the science professors were. So you know, and it was a very good like spotting area, and they also had a ton of equipment set up there. So because that's where I went for the previous eclipse spotting event, the partial that we had in October.
Yeah.
So I was like, whoa, I might as well go back, and it was a good call.
Did you get the chance to talk to Dr. Fabio while you were over there?
No, I did not.
He was there holding a booth. I didn't get to talk to him because I was on the other side of campus. But he was doing live research there, and he had a board up. You could watch what his sensors were picking up and stuff like that. We have more information about that on our website. But ignoring Mercury for a little bit, let's talk about the wonderful world of AMP, visiting and traveling to South Middle Texas at Tipa.
Yippee! You have the floor.
So I was the sole representative of AMP for the Texas Intercollegiate Press Association conference, which happened over the past few days. So I did actually miss the Comet Gala. So you know, kind of a bummer in that sense, but also I got to meet some really cool people and go to some really cool workshops over at Tipa. The event overall is very centered around journalism and primarily newspapers. So, you know, us at AMP, our magazine, it's not really the main focus there. So it's kind of something, an experience I had to kind of make my own, try and get the best out of it I could for AMP, which I definitely think I did. At the same token, it was a really great, kind of networking opportunity. I got to meet a lot of really cool people. I actually even went to karaoke with quite a few of them in one of the hotel rooms. I sang Piano Man.
Yeah. Oh man, that's awesome. And then, do you want to say what we won? Because we did win.
Yes. We actually our November issue of this the last semester won first place for I think it was like magazine like cover design. So our Comic Girl.
Comic Girl Fall, was it?
T-Mock,
yeah.
She slayed at the event.
She did. Yippee, good for us.
I will say Merck did most of the winning here. They had so many events that there are so many different awards that they won.
That's awesome.
For a lot of especially for a lot of the live competitions there. I did not do any competitions. I actually missed the deadline. But it was really cool seeing our friends at Merck do so well, especially for the size of the teams at the other colleges. Not to put them down or anything, because they're all very talented people. But we had a lot for not having a journalism department here at UTD, which I do think is something that we should change. Our journalism team on student media is going very, very strong. And I think that's something to be very, very celebratory of.
Yeah.
Sure.
We actually used to have a journalism program at
Did we
UTD.
really?
Yeah.
What did they do to her?
Way back when. It just wasn't deemed necessary anymore. And then
That's such a Texas thing.
Yeah, well,
we
like-
don't need journalism.
people, there weren't a high amount of people signing up for it anymore. And then it basically just got meshed into like the communications program.
Okay.
So like you can find some hints of it still, but like it's not the same.
I don't know. I think if we have like a pre-law program, we should bring back journalism. Not gonna lie.
I will briefly mention Merck's awards since I have them pulled up.
Yes.
Not
Yeah,
all
that's
of them
too many
because
to remember.
my eyes will bleed.
Just mention the cool ones.
The Mercury won a total of 17 awards
Jesus,
plus
wow.
several honorable mentions. We won honorable mention for Best in Show. We won overall Best Newspaper Design. We owned the Photojournalist of the Year award. We won several places in live writing competitions. We won Best Comic Strip Panel. We won first and third place. Dang. We won Best Breaking News segment for third place. A bunch of op-ed and design awards. And we won first and second place for editorial cartoons. And we had several honorable mentions for breaking news for myself and the other editors of the Mercury. And we won the Designer of the Year award as well. So, yeah, lots of great stuff.
You guys made out like bandits.
Huh?
I said you guys made out like bandits. 17 awards. That's crazy. That's not including honorable mentions too.
Yeah, so we made a lot of awards, which is great. Even it's kind of surprising because we don't have a media advisor still.
Well, I mean,
we have Jonathan.
J-Stu's basically our media.
Yeah, he's our intern student director.
He does the job.
Student director?
Yeah.
Media director. Yeah.
He's wonderful and we love him.
Yeah, we love him. It's a shame he's leaving, but we love him.
He's leaving?
You didn't know this?
No, I'm learning live on air. Wait, where's he going?
I don't know the full details, but he's leaving the end of the semester.
Oh my god.
We'll have
dying.
someone in position over like the fall semester, someone new.
Wait, what the hell? I'm
But-
gonna miss Jonathan.
He'll pop in here and there, but he just won't be in the same position anymore.
Man, you should have just hired him as the media director because he was doing the job for so long.
Honestly.
Yeah.
He's been doing it for 2 years now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been 2 years. It's my first year. We still had Chad Thomas. He's still at UTD. He just got promoted. And then Jonathan filled in. We said no to so many media directors who potentially could have came in. And then now we're here. We've been self-run the entire time.
Man, rip Jonathan. You're a real one. I say that like I'm never gonna see him again.
For his role in student media.
Yeah, no, like he does so much, literally.
I know.
Wow. Well, now I know. Now I'm sad.
I know. This is a ordeal for us. Yeah, I heard about this like nonchalantly like last week. I'm like, what? Why don't I not know?
Yeah.
He's gonna make a big announcement about it
Okay.
at the banquet next week.
Oh, okay.
Are you all going to the banquet?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
You're.
Yeah, the student media banquet. Maybe we'll post something about it online. Maybe not. Who knows? I have to write a speech for it.
We'll live stream the whole thing on Twitch.
on
Everyone will
Radio
listen.
UTD.
Yeah, everyone will listen to your beautiful speech.
Oh no. Are y'all going to do any speeches or anything while you're there, or just come
No.
to video?
Not that I know of. I hope not.
Fair enough. Alrighty. So, outside the wonderful world of TIPA, which is phenomenal, congratulations to AMP and Mercury people. And besides all the other stuff, I think we'll take a little break from talking about news. We'll get back to it, but I know, Vicky, you wanted to talk about Monkey Man.
Yes. There are two things. I wanted to talk about Comic Gala and Monkey Man.
Oh, let's talk about Comic Gala
Okay,
first.
we'll do Comic Gala first because it's more relevant to UT, and then we'll talk about Monkey Man because I like that movie. But spoiler, I like that movie. So I went to the Comic Gala. What was it? Friday. And as always, Iga and everyone else there does a wonderful, phenomenal job putting on the event. It is insane to me, like how much goes into it. I know that on the itinerary they had everything was running a little bit late, but that's not like out of the ordinary. If you go to any convention, stuff often runs late too. So like, let's see, it went on from 7 to 9 p.m. I believe, and they had groups there like obviously Iga, who's running it, Indigo Magazine, who I believe was running a photo booth there. We have several friends in Indigo, so it was really cool going there with them as well. Who else? What was it? The fashion design club, or there's like a fashion group on campus. I think they're a club, and they had a fashion show, which was really awesome. I know they have that every year, so that was a lot of fun. It's technically a formal event, but like obviously if you come in non-formal clothing, no one's gonna kick you out. It's not like, you know, the Ritz or something. Like you're fine. Food was good. They had the line for food was really long, but they had these yummy like Chipotle wraps. I stole one from my friend. The drinks there were fun. They had like 3 different types of punch, and they had glitter in them.
Excuse me?
They had glitter.
I
they
love
had edible
microplastics.
Yeah, they had edible glitter, and it was so yummy. It was funny because we just watched Trolls 3 before we went over there, so we were drinking the punch. I was like, this is just like Trolls, because it's sparkly and really bright.
Guys, I'm drinking the Trolls
Guys,
movie.
I'm drinking Trolls 3, but as a beverage.
I still need to watch that movie.
It's surprisingly good. We had a great
That's what I
time.
keep hearing.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't expect to like it as much as I did, but we watched it. I was like, you know what? That's a solid movie. That was solidly entertaining. That was not part of the Comic Gala. That was just an AMP event we did right before the Comic Gala. But yeah, I had a ton of fun. They also had an artist alley. I don't remember how many vendors were there. On the itinerary, they had each artist listed out. But that was really cool. I bought a 3D printed dragon because I collect those.
Nice.
So that was really cool. As always, wonderful, phenomenal artists at ATEC and just at UTD. Like, I don't know. Anytime we do an artist alley, I'm just astounded at like how talented people are and like in what they're able to make. But it was fun to go there and support some folks and take some goofy pictures and listen to music and eat yummy food. So
I have a question.
Yeah.
How many dragons do you have?
Dragons total, as in every piece of dragon memorabilia that I own.
I'm a little curious, yeah.
Okay, I've never taken tally. It is over 100. It is a lot. I have been obsessed with dragons since I was 5 years old. I'm wearing a dragon shirt right now. I know no one on air can
I
see
can
it.
confirm.
I'm wearing my Divine Dragon Cannon t-shirt. They're a good band, check them out. There's a robot dragon on my shirt. I have a dragon tattoo. I have a tattoo of Troglor. Trogdor, from, oh god, what's he from? Homestar Runner. He's from Homestar Runner.
Okay.
But yeah.
I respect the dedication.
Yeah, I just love dragons. I'm so mad that they're not real. Every day I wake up and I'm like, dragons aren't real, this sucks. Why am I not a dragon? That's the real question.
Why am I not a dragon?
Yeah, when I was a kid, I used to pretend to be a dragon on the playground, and I got in trouble once because I kept biting kids. And then I had to stop pretending to be a dragon on the playground.
No. They were scared of the power you had.
Exactly. See, if I was a real dragon, this wouldn't be a problem. They respect me.
Those
finally.
kids would be dead.
Those kids would be dead, and they would not be able to report what
That was the
happened to
problem.
them.
Them reporting, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, but yeah, Comic Gala was fun. If you've never been, as far as I know, they have been holding it every year since they started. So hopefully that continues. Yeah, go next year. It's a wonderful event, and we love everyone who puts it on.
I'm pretty sure that was the 20th anniversary as well.
20th?
Yeah, either for the Comic Gala or that's going to be for the Alumni Comic Gala. I don't remember which one.
Oh, I was gonna say because I don't think Iga's been around for 20 years. But
I don't know. I know something's 20 years that has gala in it.
Some gala just turned 20 years old, so whichever gala that is,
Some gala on
congratulations.
UTD turned 20
You're
years
almost
old.
old enough to drink. At least in America.
At least in America.
AMP, actually.
Is AMP almost? Are we? How old is AMP?
We're on our 20th volume, I believe.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're gonna be drinking age next year.
Soon, all members of AMP will be able to drink.
Well, AMP was made in 2003, so
that would be.
But you guys didn't join student media until like 2008.
Yeah, it depends on when we're counting
a
birthday. What?
Maybe the volume has just line twist that.
Well, because to be fair, I think we put the wrong number on there for a while. Or was that volume or was that issue?
It was both. They were switched.
So we're distorting our own history here. We're rewriting our own history, not for the better. I don't know. AMP is
so
an
if you
age.
didn't notice, whoopsie.
Whoopsie. It's okay. No one actually looks at those numbers except
I mean,
for
we
us.
didn't notice months, so.
No, literally. That's why we didn't notice because no one looks at it. We're like, this seems right. Sure.
For those who are curious about student media history, you can either find the student media website, which is like outdated as hell, or we have a story that I wrote where I talked about the whole history of student media and the whole like how much AMP and Mercury hated each other until like 3 years ago.
No, literally, like it is funny, like the seemingly eternal beef that we had until we were just like, why are we doing this? And now we're all friends.
I know. It literally just took a pandemic for us to go.
Yeah.
Siblings, honestly.
Yeah, sisters, not twins. But yeah. Well, Monkey Man. I totally forgot. Yeah, so Monkey Man is the directorial debut of Dev Patel, and I don't know much about, like, I didn't know much about him going into the film. I've seen him in a few things. Unfortunately, the one thing I know him from is Avatar: The Last Airbender, the M. Night Shyamalan movie. He's been in other things, like, obviously, much better roles than that, but Monkey Man is sort of I guess, like, the elevator pitch for it is, like it's kind of like Indian John Wick, but it's so much better than John Wick.
Really? That's a high claim.
Yes. Granted, John Wick is good. I'm not saying the movies aren't good, but like this movie takes it to the next level. It's got like mythos. It's got usage of like music incorporated into fight scenes. The cinematography is insane, considering the budget of this movie, which wasn't that high. It almost didn't get made. It got rejected by Netflix before it got picked up by when what's his name, Jordan Peele came on as a producer and essentially saved the film from not being able to get made. I think Dev Patel broke how many bones? He broke several bones making the movie and had to just power through it. So there are fight scenes where he has a broken hand and he can't use it, so he'll only be punching using one hand. I don't know. It's really good if you want like a good, violent, well-paced, beautifully shot action movie. It's great. It has a lot of like class commentary too. Lots of political commentary on like. Granted, I don't know much about Indian politics, but like this movie, you don't need to. Like the movie just kind of gives you just enough for you to like follow along. Obviously, like all the characters are fictional, so it's not like they're putting actual like politicians in there. But you can tell sort of the sentiment behind the movie as a critique, as well as just a really fun like action flick. Like I'm trying to think of my favorite like violent scene in the movie. There's a scene where Dev Patel's character stabs a guy in the throat with a knife in his mouth. So he like has it. Well, I don't know if we're able to say this on air.
Yeah.
But, like,
I was like, I'll let it see.
Yeah, if I get in trouble, that's okay. Theater of the mind. It's okay. It's not real. It's all fake. No one died, but
it's in Roblox. Don't think about it.
It's in Roblox. Don't think. Monkey Man collab with Roblox, real. But it's fantastic. I guess I can't go into super detail.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, but that's okay, because that means you will. If you decide to go see the movie, you will go in as blind as possible, and you'll have a great time.
Yeah. And speaking of monkeys, people should go watch Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes coming out soon.
Oh.
In a few weeks. But I did see a monkey movie recently, King Kong x Godzilla. If you want to see,
about that film. I've heard interesting things about that.
Yeah, it's not the best film, but what it is, it's very fun.
Okay.
The fight scenes are great. It's basically just King Kong. There's more humans this time, which is boring. But the fight scenes are better than ever. There's only one real reason you should watch it, and that's because King Kong uses a baby monkey to beat up other
I've
monkeys.
seen clips.
That is the best clip I've seen in 2024. I was crying in the theater. I was laughing so hard.
Was that like your favorite scene, or did you have a different favorite?
There wasn't enough Godzilla.
I was gonna say I've seen clips, like I haven't seen the movie in its entirety, but I've seen lots of clips of like Godzilla taking a little eepy nap in the Coliseum or whatever.
Oh yeah, that was cute.
But then like they forget that he like destroyed it, so there's like him. They don't say how he got into the Coliseum. He just falls asleep in it, and then he busts out of it, and then he goes back into it. But when he goes back into it, it's repaired.
Yeah,
and
they
then he
just
busts out of
reuse
it
footage.
again.
Yeah.
I don't know. They break so many rules in this movie, but you know what? I forgive them.
Yeah,
It's fine.
I think if not King Kong beating up other monkeys with a baby monkey, which is just it's such a funny scene. I think the best scene's probably just like when you see Godzilla and King Kong reunite. First thing King Kong does is hold his hands up like, dude, please, no, not again.
Do they make out in the movie?
Unfortunately not. If you stay for the after credit scenes, maybe they do.
Okay, they
There's
might
not
make
any,
out in the
but-
after credit scenes. You have to wait for the real fans to stick around, and they're like, now we'll give you what you want.
Yeah, if you go to Alamo Drafthouse though, they do like, they pull together like the history of Godzilla and King Kong before the movie starts,
Oh, I love Alamo.
and they do and a lot of it's retold in stop motion.
Ooh.
But they had some video parody of like the Kardashians, but it was played by Godzilla and King Kong in like toy stop animation, and that was somewhat. Honestly, the first 15 minutes before the movie and trailer started, I was losing my mind because it was just like Godzilla talking like, Brittany, did you hear what Kong did? Oh my god, you know?
That's so awesome. Wait, oh man.
I know. I might.
I'll go get a ticket just to see that, and then I'll leave before the actual movie starts.
I could probably find the videos. I think most of them are on YouTube. I can send them to you.
That's awesome.
Which is amazing.
Yeah, because I've only seen like the like Japanese Godzilla movies. I haven't. Well, okay, I've seen one American Godzilla film, but I haven't seen any of like the Kong films. I haven't seen like any of like the American like Monsterverse films.
I don't think the American monster films are great.
They're not. It's okay.
I think they're just funny for like big monster
Yeah,
fight.
you just want to watch critters beat each other up.
If you watched it, Godzilla -1's very good.
Yes, they got an Oscar too. I was so happy.
-1 was amazing. If you haven't seen Godzilla and King Kong fight in the first film, that's also very fun to watch.
Is it the 2016 film?
Yeah,
or,
the 2016
okay.
Godzilla vs. Kong.
Yeah.
But that's a good one. I have to make a quick obligatory mention of X-Men 97 being the best show out right now, and how it made me cry last Wednesday.
There's an X-Men show out?
Yeah. Huh?
I didn't know there was an X-Men show out.
Yeah, they're continuing the original 1997 show.
Whoa.
And they're redoing it with the original cast and crew.
Whoa. I did
It's
not know about this.
pretty sick, and it's currently the highest rated Marvel property show. I think it's tied with Endgame in terms of ratings.
Really?
Yeah, it's really good. I'm kind of shocked.
I didn't hear anything about this. Where is it on? Like.
Unfortunately, Disney Plus.
Okay.
But,
Oh yeah,
like,
Ducks. It's Marvel.
That's okay. You can. But anyway,
It's okay. You didn't hear it from us.
I went on a whole tangent last time I was on the show about X-Men 97. If you want to go watch it, please do.
I should.
I was sick. I was a lunatic. I was just going off about nothing. It's great.
That's where the best content comes from.
honestly.
I was like dying in the background. In between coughs, you could hear me say like, "I love X-Men." You know.
Andre dies live on air. Last words: I love X-Men.
Andre passes away live on air. I should have just taken a photo of myself on the ground and put that as the wallpaper
Yeah.
for the background.
Instead of the usual like host lineup, it's just a JPEG of you like starfishing on the ground.
Oh no. But yeah. Have you seen any interesting films for you?
Shoot, I'm just like blanking all of a sudden. I actually haven't been watching a whole lot of recent stuff lately. I am going through I am going through Evangelion.
Ooh, how's that going? How far are you?
I'm not very far yet. My Netflix locked me out, so I had to wait 2 weeks. That's the trick. By the way,
hell?
you wait 2 weeks, completely signed out, don't even touch it, and then if you're using someone else's account, that is.
Oh, okay.
And then you can sign back in, and they'll give you like another couple weeks. To just exist.
Wow, there you go.
On a different, because of the whole like Wi-Fi thing. Netflix, if you're hearing that, no, you didn't.
Heart
But,
emoji. No,
yeah,
you
so
didn't.
I just got access to Netflix back again, so I'm gonna keep watching it again. I'm still in,
Yay,
like,
they
the
lifted
first
your ban. They
season,
lifted your
so.
Sephora ban. That's awesome. Wait, so... Oh, yeah, so Evangelion. Yeah, never mind. I didn't have anything else to say. I just like Evangelion. It's a wacky series.
I remember when I was watching Evangelion. Those were times. I was in like high school, and I was like watching the show, and I remember just debating. I can't remember the two characters anymore. My brain's.
What do they look like? I'll probably know who they are. What do they look like?
The blue-haired girl and the brown-haired girl.
Ray, brown-haired girl? From the series or from one of the movies?
I think I might be blanking on something else. I don't
That's
know.
okay.
My brain's gone.
Characters in the series.
People in the series. Before we are heading to our quick end soon. So to wrap things up, if you didn't hear it already, we talked about TIPA, we talked about all the lovely things involving student media, we talked about everything else on UTD that's going crazy. We will make a quick mention. UTD Hackathon is happening again. Last year, they were able to fund over $30,000 in prizes, including iPads and gaming monitors, and some actual internships. So if you're interested, this is the biggest 24-hour hackathon in the USA, with over 1,000 hackers organizing this large event. It will be coming soon. If you're interested, please consider looking into it. We talked about it last year on the podcast.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big deal every year. It's a big one of the things UTD is known for.
Yeah, it is like one of the big things. If you didn't hear, our chess team went to the President's Cup. We got 4th place.
Okay.
So that was cool. Even though we hosted, and we started the event back in like the 1990s. But we made the whole thing. You might have seen it on billboards. You might have been to the pep rally, where like we said would be the best. And then we talked about in the report about Abby Sterling Day. They are still trying to get more funds for the scholarship currently. But if you weren't there for the news, if you haven't been there, I think the softball season is still ongoing, and along with baseball and tennis season. Go watch those. Go see those. Even if you don't enjoy sports, just come there for the energy, for the vibes, people hanging out and screaming. You can study there. There's plenty of space. They just built a new study space by the tennis courts too.
Really?
Yeah, there's a whole little area over there now. It has umbrellas and everything. It's pretty nice.
Wow.
So you can go over there, see everything you need to, and support our comics. You get in for free as a student of the university, as long as you have a comic card. I don't think it's very expensive, even if you do have to pay, but who says? And without anything else to do, anything you want to mention before we head out in 3 minutes?
I just noticed there's a thing with Among Us on it. What is that?
I don't know. I think it's the Among Us. We have Among Us like Legos.
Whoa.
I don't know. We have little Among Us characters.
There's a bunch of little trinkets in the recording room, and I just noticed that.
Yeah. Let's talk about the trinkets, actually. We have a shark hanging out here.
It's like a big rubber shark. It's very cute. I don't know who brought it in. It's been here for a couple weeks.
Yeah. We have a
You have DJ
frog on
Gorm.
legs.
That's the frog.
Yeah.
That's DJ Gorm.
Yeah. And we have the UTD TV.
Why is he facing the wall in shame? There's an astronaut.
He's
figurine.
facing into the astronaut's facing into the UTD TV studio.
Oh, I didn't realize that's where that window went.
Yeah.
I just thought that was like the void or something.
Just the
Because
voice.
the lights are
Windows
never on,
and
so
nothing.
it's just a blank square.
Well,
that's
they have
dark.
like a shield in there right now, so you can't even see in there anyway. If the lights were on.
Why? What are they shielding themselves from?
I don't know. I used to do dumb stuff in there with the buttons.
Yeah, you can't see.
I like to think they're hiding my shame from being on the UTD Dungeons and Dragons show.
That was cool. That was a cool show.
Yeah, it was great. You can watch it live. I'm sorry, you can't watch it live. You can watch it on ETTV. And we also have like God King Dr. Doom hanging out here.
Yeah, I keep thinking he's Moon Knight because from behind he looks a lot like Moon Knight.
Oh, yeah.
But it's Dr. Doom.
That is very valid. We have a QR code to Sleepcast at 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. Friday on RadioUTD. I love the graphics of that. It needs to be around.
We have They have a poster with Jesus on it.
Keep Radio Jesus happy. Watch your levels. I'm looking at my levels. They're horrendous. We can't hear our mics right now, so
Radio Jesus, don't look at us.
the entire time we've been talking, I've been hearing just static, my own voice, and like I'm focusing real hard to hear Mickey and Sasha. So like
we can't hear anything on our end. It's just nothing.
Nothing. It's just the empty abyss. And like I can hear everything if I blast the music, but then you guys probably won't be able to hear anything at all. And Gavin texted me about that, like, hey, turn down the volume, I can't sleep anymore. Thank you all for joining us on Radio UTD, the Mercury Morning News. We're live every Sunday at 10 a.m. And thank you for joining us as our guest host. I hope you enjoyed HIPAA and that you enjoyed your time here with us.
Your very first MMN experience. Hope it was worth it. Baby's first Mercury Morning News.
Baby's first Mercury Morning News.
What a milestone.
Yeah, we have, I think, 1 or 2 more shows left on air.
Yeah.
We have 2 more shows left. 2 or 3 more shows left on air.
There's a number, a small one.
I don't remember if we do anything in May, but we definitely have 2 more coming.
Like one show in May, right? Early May?
Yeah, May 5th.
Yeah, right.
We have one coming the 21st and 28th of April, and then May 5th. But after that, we're gone. Most of the cast will disappear, but we'll have a whole new brand lineup, hopefully, of the latest new management peoples or whoever wants to hang out here.
We're gonna try to keep it going. And if you are interested in joining student media and or Mercury Morning News, please let us know because we will be looking for new people to be on the show.
Yeah, we hire in the summer and we hire in the fall. And that can be whether you're coming as freelance for AMP, or if you want to be employed by the Mercury, or if you want to be a DJ on Radio UTD, or if you want to be the next star in UTD TV short films, or if you want to be an editor. Anything and everything goes as long as you're here at Student Media, the best organization on campus, and one true student government.
Yeah, we are the student government is just a farce. We are the real student government.
We make all the decisions on campus.
This whole
You
time.
will listen to the triumvirate.
We make all the decisions on campus, as bad as they may be.
Yeah, we even have power over Benson, so
Benson is actually a member of student.
he's actually, this whole time.
This whole time, he's been in the room. He's in our walls.
He's looking at us right now.
He's within each of us.
Yeah,
I'm almost surprised there's not a poster of Benson in here just for the satire of it.
we should put one, like do like a parody of like a totalitarian authority figure.
I need to do a cardboard cutout of like Benson, put somewhere and sue me. Anyway, that's for another day. I hope you all have a great day, and thank you for listening to Mercury Morning News, live every Sunday at 10 a.m. on Radio UTD. Good night.
Like how you ain't never working a shift. Like how you wildin' but still pay rent. But it's simplistic as parents all rich. How many times do we gotta sing this song that we don't wanna hear, that we no more? And this ain't just a case of the each his own. It's pushing 30 trying to get it still. If you would stick your neck out for anything, why don't you get your girl a little diamond ring? And maybe buy your kids on some new clothes, cause you be staying fresh but they got hoes. Look who it is, look who they came through. Yeah, how many times you came around? Oh, you got a new fit, we'll throw some frames too. Yeah, how many times you changed your style? What that is, got a new play. Oh, and really gotta break it down. It's really hard to fake it now. How many times you came around? Look, you the type to link and build at a urinal. Your granny died, you taking fit pics at the funeral. You pushing 30, sending bad to genitals. Grown men calling Rocky they spirit animal. If you don't make it to Paris, your care is critical. You call your little homies big bro and it's pitiful. You in denial, you think that really with you. And when they say they don't, you claiming it's political. Richie, the math don't add up. How the are these on vacation this much? Tax fraud, daddy's card, man, there's gotta be one. I put that on their Air One membership in the air in my lungs. Look who it is, look who then came through. Every week it's Mr. This and Mr. Me too. Your mama in the same crib, you got a new coupe. Priorities up, boy, you is not us. Look who it is, look who they came through. Yeah, how many times you came around? Oh, you got a new fit, we'll throw some frames too. Yeah, how many times you changed your style? What that is, got a new play. Oh, ain't really gotta break it down. It's really hard to fake it out. How many times you came around?